Everyone, today we spend another day with John the Baptist. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify to the light, so that all might believe through him. He himself was not the light, he came to testify to the light. The true light, which enlightens everyone, was coming into the world. John testified to him and cried out, "This is the one of whom I said, 'He who comes after me is greater than me, because he was before me.'" All right, we're still looking at John the Baptist as our kind of guide through Advent, because Advent's this time of preparation for Jesus' arrival. And John, in his day, was the one who prepared the way for Jesus. He's the sign who points us in the right direction. He's the mirror who reflects the light of the world. But these few verses and most accounts of John's ministry, they point to this common mistake that we can all make, where we focus on the messenger instead of the message. So why do we do this? I think it's easier to stick with what's familiar and what comes first instead of looking for the newness that God is bringing. You know, in their day, people were probably saying, "Oh yeah, John, he's like Elijah the prophet, right? Why else would he wear camel's hair?" That really takes me back, that kind of old-time religion. And so maybe it was hard for people to move on from John to Jesus, even though John said, "This is why I'm here, is to point you to this guy." So there's lots of ways that we can do the similar sort of things, right? Maybe we get stuck on a certain person. We started listening to them because they pointed us to God, but then we end up idolizing that person and missing the whole point of probably what they're trying to tell us. Maybe we get stuck on a certain way of reading Scripture instead of letting our interpretations mature with us and see what Scripture is actually trying to say instead of what we say about it. Right? Jesus himself says that Scripture doesn't give life, it points us to the one who gives life, to him. Christ is always new, even as he is always before everything else. Right? This is kind of the weird circular logic of John's gospel, that he comes after, but he's also before. So instead of being stuck in the past, instead of sticking with maybe a less mature faith, where can we seek the newness that leads to growth? What's new is often scary, but that's usually the only way that growth is going to happen. So who or what can point you to Christ and his light right now?